Good morning, and thank you so much for joining me for Daily Talk with Dr. Angela. I am your host, Dr. Angela Butchester. You know what I like to do on the show. I want to enlighten you. I want to inspire you. I want to empower you to become your best self. Scripture reminds us that the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. And today we want to get you fired up about receiving your healing. Now, in everything that we do, we can all enjoy a little supernatural healing, connecting with our Creator and being able to heal over all of the things that we have gone through. Is it heartache? Is it misunderstanding, betrayal, or even just disappointment? There's something that has done a number on us, but we can learn to not only get over it, but to be able to get through it. I strongly believe that if Jesus stands at the other end of that tunnel, that he is the light that we are trying to go towards. Now, my guest today is not only going to tell us about healing, but she's going to definitely expound and talk more about the aliveness of a life, and I love how she says that. My guest today is Mounina Aly, and I know that you are going to enjoy her conversation. So let's talk about life being alive, life being loving, and life being intelligent. You know what I'm about to say. Go on and say it with me. So get comfy, get cozy, get your coffee or get your tea, because we are about to get started. So let me tell you just a little bit more about Mounina. She loves the subject of mathematics. She was completely asleep in her sight, but unfortunately, multiple sclerosis came into her life, and that was a huge wake-up call for her. Now, she tried denial for 3 years, and she says that did not work. Now, her disease became worse and too much for her to handle, so she decided to let go of the control and surrender to life. She began the journey of discovering herself and her life. She began the lifelong journey from her head down into her heart. Now, she became an author, a speaker, and a life mastery consultant. She is a consciousness junkie. I love that. She has a passion for life, yoga, and transformation. Now, you guys know that I firmly believe that God has all called us to a purpose in our lives, and that nothing is happenstance. So get ready to have a great conversation. Good morning, Mounina. Thank you so much for being on the show with me today.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Angela.
I love what you are doing with your call, with your purpose, and I love that you are trying to not only enlighten other people, but you are also trying to inspire them. Now, before we talk about your book, I want to ask you about what makes you you. You know, we have our degrees and we have the things that we do, but what really keeps you balanced? What keeps a smile on your face? What makes you you?
What makes me is really being infinitely curious by nature. I have always been so curious about everything. That's the biggest quality I have, I believe.
No, I have to agree with you. Definitely, I have to agree with you. Because with that curiosity comes forward progress. If people become complacent, then they kind of stay where they are. They become so stagnant. But in that curiosity, it drives and pushes us forward, not just the individual, but those who have a natural curiosity as well. And we're able to propel our communities, our associations, organizations. We're able to do so much more with that. I love it. I love it. Now, for those who are unfamiliar, you say that you had to deal, or that you're dealing with multiple sclerosis. Can you tell us a little bit more, for those who don't know what MS is? What is that? How does it affect you?
Yes, of course. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease. It's very personal. Each person has a different case. It is our immune system attacking our nervous system. it can be very devastating disease. It's a terrible disease to have when you don't know. It's terrible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a lot of compassion. A lot of people are affected by this, and my heart goes to all of them because I know what it is. I know firsthand.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to your book, why did you feel that now is the time to share your knowledge in book form with the world?
Yes. The day I knew in my heart that this was actually a gift, not what everybody else thought it was, I knew I had to take a stand and say something to share this empowering information with other people that are struggling, to give them hope, give them information. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's so funny that you say that it's a gift, and I don't think that people ever look at dis-ease. I know it's disease, but I look at it as dis-ease, that it can be a gift because out of it, you have an opportunity to not only become healed, but to learn about yourself, to learn about the world around us, and to take that information and to share it with others, to inspire them to keep going forward as well. I love your answer. Love your answer to that. Now, did you find that when you were writing that the title of your book came out of your writings, or did the title of your book come to you first, and you were able to kind of write around the title? How did that work for you?
Okay, frankly, at the beginning, I wanted to call it Receiving Grace. But I thought maybe that would not be so talkative to people, tell them what it is about. But I felt like this. I felt like I received grace. I thought maybe being more specific that it is a healing gift of MS. So that was my process.
I love it. I love it. Now, what did you do along your journey of healing? What did you discover? What did you find out, not only about yourself, but about your ability to cope with MS?
I discovered everything, frankly, Dr. Angela. And the gift was actually me. So I discovered the mystery of me, which I'm still discovering, obviously, that I will discover for the rest of my life. This was the biggest gift. What am I made of? Who am I? Yeah, I'm discovering that because of this disease, this invitation that came from this disease.
You know, I'm so happy that you're talking about your journey today, because so many people feel that when they suffer from certain illness, that they almost want to turn inward. They don't want to share it with others. They don't want to even talk about it. They kind of want to pretend as though it doesn't happen or that it's not present in their lives. And I love how you're kind of turning it on its ear, and you're talking about it, and you're making people aware that it's okay to talk about this beautiful journey that you have, a journey of discovery that you are on. Now, what do you want to, along that same vein of inspiring people and enlightening people, what do you want to do, or how do you want to continue to inspire people through your book?
Well, I want to share with them my greatest finding I discovered through all this journey, and it's been many years. This happened in many years. I discovered that life is actually our secret lover. He's always conspiring for our greatest good. This is so precious. This is amazing. I wish I knew this when I was born.
You know, it is so funny that you say that. There are so many things and not to compare the two, and my audience knows, as a breast cancer survivor, you are sometimes so surprised and how strong you can actually be in the moment that you need to be strong. And I love how you say that you have to learn when to surrender, like when to be strong and stand up, and when to surrender and just relax and let the course play out, because there is success on the other end of it. I love that. I love that. Now, how did you find out that I'm going to say a so-called incurable disease is in fact a curable gift to heal? How did you deal with that?
It's amazing, Dr. Angela. Actually, it was my intuition. My intuition spoke to me many times. Let me remind you, I was a mathematician, so I am very rational. So intuition is the opposite of rationality. But my intuition spoke to me so many times in a way now that I can never again question it. Mm-hmm. This is life speaking to me. It's the truth. I have to listen to life. I have to listen to the truth. So it was my intuition. It came from within that this was not what was people say it was. It would help me discover the joy inside me, for example. Or I had a dream also years later telling me that yes, I am healed. But that was really crazy because the day after that I woke up and I was paralyzed. So that was kind of weird. But it made me not believe so much in my current condition. It made me question, maybe this is a gift, so let me see. And then I received a clear intuition in 2015 that MS is a gift. So now, no more denying, no more. Now I embrace the gift. I enjoy the gift of me, discovering me more and more. Of how strong I am, like you said. Yeah, discovering that. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, well, I love it. Well, Mounina, it is almost time for us to go to break. But before we do, if you would please, can you remind everyone what is the title of your book, where can we get a copy, and how do we stay in contact with you?
Thank you. The title is Receiving the Healing Gift in MS. Subtitle is My Journey from Separation to Union After Diagnosis of Multiple Sclerosis. Well, you can get it on Amazon, of course, and you can find me on my website, which is simply my name, MouninaAly.com. Easy.
I love it. We're supposed to make it easy. I love it. All right, listeners, now you know where you can pick up a copy of the book. We'll be back right after this. And we are back. Thank you so much for joining me for Daily Spark with Dr. Angela. I am your host, Dr. Angela Tester. My guest today is Mounina Aly, and I am so excited to be talking to her today because we're talking about our book, Receiving the Healing Gift in MS. And, you know, to be alive for your life is an amazing thing. So many people just go through their lives day by day, just kind of on that rat wheel. But when we realize that God has given us purpose, that there's a plan for us, and sure, we may have some bumps and bruises having journeyed along this path, but that we all have a light to shine and we all have wisdom to share, then it makes going along that path a little easier. And I am sharing with you the journey of our guest today. Now, Mounina, I want to ask you, are there any particular lessons that you have learned from your journey, or are there any particular, how can I say, people that have been guides perhaps to you? You know, I believe that God places people along our path many times to not only for us to teach them, but for us to be the student as well. That it's sometimes reciprocal, that we all have this wealth of information to share. So along your journey, have there been any lessons in particular or any guides in particular that have really stood out to you that you're willing to share with us today?
Wow, yes, I love this question. My most precious lesson, I believe, was to learn to listen. Listen to so many things. My body speaks. So he knows. He speaks to me. And he did scream at me with this disease. I can listen to my emotions, my mind, my dreams at night, the synchronicities in my life, the people I meet. I can listen to everything. There are so many things. Life is always whispering to her every moment. It's amazing. She's amazing. Amazing.
You know, it is so special to be able to have other people that as we mature, as we go along our path, that they're not there for judgment, that they really are there for encouragement, for love, to be that personal, cheer team for us, that when we have those moments and, be it that we are happy and smiling and cheerful, or if we're a little sad, or we may even be a little weepy on those days, you still have that person who says, don't give up, you can do it, we love you, we're here for you, and that we have the strength to go through. I'm old enough to have had friends who have suffered from some debilitating illnesses, and to just be there for each other is just a wonderful thing. Thank you so much for that answer. Now, so many times we talk about having tools, having resources for the things that we want to do in life. What powerful tool do you want to share, or do you want to be with other people? Has there been any particular tool or resource that really has made a difference in your life?
Oh, thank you. Absolutely. One very powerful tool is that once we notice that we have thoughts, which I did not before I was sick, we can actually choose our thoughts. This is very liberating. I used to be a victim of my thoughts. No, I don't have to be like that. If I notice thoughts that are not so life-giving, I can always choose to take something else. This is amazing. This is so freeing. This is a powerful tool.
I love it. Now, are there any particular things that when you first found out that you had MS, to the moment of your yesterday, let's say, are there any particular things that you wish that you had known sooner, or are there any particular things that, as you were going along that journey, that once you knew that bit of information, it made it easier to cope with or deal with what you had to deal with that day, or perhaps in upcoming days concerning your illness?
There's so much, I learned so much because of the disease. So let me pick something that was very precious also. I discovered because of this disease, this gift, that we are all unique and enough. I used to want to be like everybody. So I was not myself. I want to be someone else. But the best thing I could ever be is me. And me is amazing. And me is enough. This is for all of us. This is very powerful. Yeah. So we can, I love this. This is so precious. So I can grow up to become who I was meant to be. My own unique self, who God made me to be. Unique. Yeah.
I love that.
Amazing.
I get to grow up to be who I was meant to be. I love that phrase. That gives such power, I think, to all of us, and reminds us that we are all going through a particular something or dealing with a particular something. It might just look different in each person's life, but we can all continue to strive to be the person that we are meant to be. I love that answer. Now, I'm over on your Amazon page, and listeners, yes, she has 5-star reviews, and I'm going to help give her a little shout-out for that. She has 5-star reviews only as of this particular moment, there's nothing else. So congratulations on having just 5-star reviews. But there's one that kind of really spoke out to me, and it says, wonderfully written book that speaks to everyone with the diagnosis. It brought me clarity and compassion towards myself and the understanding that the power to heal is in my hands. You know, I think that that is so important, that we understand that no matter what we're going through, that we have the consciousness, the ability to choose to walk in healing, as opposed to walking in anxiety or depression or despair, that we don't have to walk in the rut, that we can still walk with grace and dignity as best as we can along the path. Such a beautiful review. Did you know that that review was there? Have you read that?
Yes, it's beautiful. Yeah, this is the gift also that this is the disease brought me, that our power is within. I used to look outside every time for my power, but my power is in me. No need to look elsewhere. It's in me. It's all in me. It is all in me. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Oh, my goodness. And thank you for the person who wrote that review. Thank you so much for sharing that. That makes
absolutely, yeah.
I love it. Now, Mounina, you have told me that you love the fact that one of the things that I say is that God has a purpose for our lives. Thank you so much for letting me know that that resonates with you. I appreciate that. And I say things that are empowering to me and that I hope empower others. And another is that I don't believe in happenstance. I believe that the things that happen around us and to us are to help us grow and to learn, so that we can learn, so that we can teach others, so that the wisdom continues to be passed on to others in our community. And in that way, it expounds and it ends up being global knowledge. Are there any other particular, along your journey, are there any other quotes that you can think of or sayings that people may have even said to you that really inspire you, that have helped make a revelation or an impression upon you as well?
What is very empowering to know that I discovered our secret lover, life, that life is always happening for us, not to us. We're not victims of our life, but we are powerful, and the power is within us. And everything that is happening to us is happening for us, so we can discover this amazing power that we all have within, in our heart, I would add, in our heart.
I love that answer. Now, I know that there are so many hashtags out there on Instagram, and we have, girl power, and then we have, our ethnicity that might be added, to that, or a region in which we live, lifting up California, Virginia, New York, or Florida, whatever state it is. What do you believe is one of your greatest powers? So I'm going to ask that, the flip side of the coin, if it's a hashtag, if you could list your greatest power as a hashtag, what would that hashtag be?
It is love, for sure. Number one, love, and it is very powerful. This is my number one power, and nothing else to say. Simply love.
I love it. Yes, I love it. And it's so important for us to remember that love is so much more than just ourselves, that it is so bigger than just our individual little bodies, that it can, if we do it right, we can surely envelop the world into this love. And I think that no matter what your ethnicity is, no matter what your race is, no matter what your religion is, I think that is the one thing that the world all agrees on, that love is powerful, that love is important. So, yes, I have to agree with you. Hashtag love. And that
Wow, Dr. Angela, this is love unites us all. I love what you said. This is really beautiful, Dr. Angela. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I love that. I love that. Now, I know it is almost time for us to go, and I tell you, time passes so quickly when you're having a good time. I love when I have a great guest on the show because I look up and it's like, what? I'm almost out of time. Oh, no. But before we go, I want to make sure that everyone is reminded, perhaps they came in a little bit later into the show. Can you remind everyone, Mounina, please, what is the title of your book, where can we get a copy, and how do we stay in contact with you?
The title is Receiving the Healing Gift in MS. You can find it on Amazon. And easy to find me. You can find me on my website. My name, MouninaAly.com. I'm, of course, on Facebook. And my book is on Amazon, of course, yes.
Of course. Now, listeners, you guys know that I'm always going to bring you guys so you can get their book, of course, on Amazon. But if you would please go on over to her website, to her personal website, and let her know that you heard about her book here on the show. I'm sure she wants to hear from you. And thank you so much for spending time. You are calling us all the way from Montreal, so thank you so much for spending time with me today. And I just want to give a quick shout-out to all of our listeners that are in Canada. You are in our top 3 international listeners, so thank you for the love, for the support of the show by listening via the streaming services online. So thank you so much. So thank you for being on and for sharing your beautiful gifts with all of us and reminding us that we can overcome all things. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Angela, and much love to you and all of you.
Thank you. And listeners, thank you for tuning in and spending your morning with me as well. As always, may the Lord continue to shine his face upon you. May you receive his grace and his mercy in all that you do. Until next time, everyone, remember that you are blessed in the Lord. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.